What's up, y'all? 187 here. I got my Dragunity deck here. I wanted to tell you guys about how, my weekend went at locals. My record for the weekend from the two different locals I went to. Day one of different locals, Schumer's. I went 3-1. And then on day two, I went 3-2. I know it's really not that much of a good, but I mean, it's at least a winning record. I really could have did way better on day two, but I just started making stupid ass plays and doing some real dumbass monotonous shit. But I'm gonna start off with the monsters. Three ducks. It's pretty staple, pretty standard. Two legionnaire. I only play two legionnaires because three it makes your hands real cloggy. I don't know what the fuck it is, but I just always open up with two legionnaire. It pisses me off. One Mistleton. I run Mistleton in here because motherfuckers always want to fucking get the Valor and the Ducks. They want to get the DD Crow and the Phalanx. Also, that I run two of them. Explain why I run two in a second. But Mistleton just helps out and gets you to where you need to go when they Valor your Ducks. You really only need the one, because you really only need to do it one time. And all the other times that someone Valors your shit, you know what I'm saying. Two Phalanx. I put Phalanx at two because Phalanx is it's not, unless you're running like Nova in here, then in your Dragunity build, you don't really need three Phalanx. I mean, because you're only going to use. I mean, yeah, you have that possibility of a motherfucker DD Crow and your Phalanx and removing them from play, but I mean, you most likely don't always have to synchro summon. You most likely get Valored or you get Max Seed mostly, and having Phalanx at three just it kind of limits your plays and limits yourself to other things that you can put in the deck. One Ackles because nothing hard never ever happens to Ackles. One one Zevros. He makes some pretty good epic plays. Three Volcanic Shell. Volcanic Shell put in mad work over the weekend, and it really does help out, especially when you end up playing your whole hand or some shit, or you don't have cards in your hand, but you still have an active Ravine, and you draw something that you don't want to discard for Ravine's effect, just so you can make a play. He helps make plays, and you get several pluses off of him. Works real well. Fabled Cerebral, too. He makes plays, and I also run Fabled Reagan in here because I don't have a spell or trap card draw power engine. I really just rely on the plays that I make. That was my phone. Don't worry about it. One Elector, Sovereign of Birds. He helps out in the wind up matchup, especially when a motherfucker keeps wanting to continuously loop you. I'm not about to deal with that loop, so he just helps out. He helps out in doing a lot of things too. One Malefic Stardust Dragon. Yeah, motherfuckers got hip, to MST and the Dragon Ravine after you discard, so. And now a lot of people do set MST, so yeah. And one Valor, you only need the one, because I run two Phoenix Chain, so I only need one Valor. For spells, damn, can't speak. 3 Dragon Ravine and 2 Terraforming. It's the field spell. I mean, you don't really need it to win. Well, I mean, you can win without the field spell, but to make super epic plays, you need field spell. One, Swords of Revealing Light, it's put in so much work. It put in work for me over the weekend. Like, even though, I mean, it stopped my opponent for attacking. Every time I played it, it stopped my opponent for attacking for 3 turns. And, like, I always got the full usage out of it. But it was just that the cards that I drew just, like, it shut myself down because I drew shit. And it just pissed me off. But the swords helped, because if I didn't have the swords, I'd have got the fire beat out of me in the games that it helped. One, Foolish, because Foolish, you got several targets. You got the Volcanic Shell, the Zevras, the Phalanx, the Ackles, and Cerebral if necessary. Yeah. For my back row destruction, I love this combo. Back row, 2 MST, 1 Heavy Storm, and for front row destruction, 2 Smashing Ground and 1 Dark Hole. I ultimately fell in love with, the front row destruction and the back row destruction. It's perfect. It's a perfect destruction engine. I don't always have to rely on Vajrayana to get the job done. One book, like I said, Book of Moon was part of some of the things that I should have did better. Like, I played Book of Moon like times when I didn't need to play Book of Moon, when I should have just left it set and I should have just left it in my hand. Like, I just played very terrible with Book of Moon. I just played terrible with it. Pot of Avarice, it's obviously staple, and Monster Reborn. For traps, 1 Dark Bribe. I don't really need Dark Bribe. Yeah, before I start the traps, someone beforehand told me, why don't you run duality? Why don't you run duality? Why don't you run duality? I don't run fucking duality, you fucking asshole, because you can't special summon. You can't, you can still normal summon your ducks, equip the Phalanx, and, but that's it. You can't special summon the Phalanx because Phalanx clearly gets special summoned, and you can't synchro summon because synchro summon is clearly a special summon. And and I don't know if you guys play it, but I know some people keep saying that you can do all your normal summon and all that special summoning shit first and then play duality. But most of the time, you wouldn't really want to play duality unless you really needed to, and if you didn't have something that you needed in your hand. So, fuck duality. But traps, I got one Dark Bribe. I was running 2, took it out. I'm about to put something else in. 2 Solemn Warning. I was running 1 Warning, 1 Bottomless at one point in time. Fuck Bottomless. I'd rather have the Warning. 2 Fiendish Chain. I don't know what the fuck it is. There's been several times when I had Fiendish Chain set dead on the field. And, Zevras bounces back. 1 Torrential and 1 Mirror Force. I'll probably take the other Dark Bribe out for another Torrential. I don't know. I'm not real sure on how I'm going to run the deck. But for extra deck, 1 Fabled Reagan, 1 Hyper Librarian, 1 Cataster. 5 level 5 synchros is basically all you need. Them 5 are basically staple in any deck that is synchro basis. For 6s, 3 Vajrayana. Staple in Dragunity, you really need it. Dragunity Knight, Gay Bog, or no, that's not Gay Bog, Gay Dirge, because he's gay. And he helps thin the deck. Several real good searching, element. Easy way, when you run DD Crow, he searches them, and he's a real good search card if you don't have Ravine on the field. God Knight, I don't have Bryanak, unfortunately. 1 Black Rose, Double Stardust, Thought Ruler, Scrap Dragon, Colossal Fighter, because people still run Sams. Some people at my locals are even starting to pick up the run the Ninja Sams, and they're warriors, so Colossal Fighter, and I beat the fire out of Sam's with Colossal Fighter. And last but not least, one Trident Dragon. Um, I made Trident Dragon a little bit too much this weekend. I mean, yeah, a couple times he got deprisoned and shit like that, but I mean, I made him a lot. I mean, really, I guess it was because I just had the materials to make him, so I made him. And for side deck, one MST, just for some extra back row destruction if necessary, needed. One barrel from different dimension, get shit back. For motherfuckers that always wanted to side D fissures and macro. One effect Veiler, just in case if I need extra one, extra effect negation. Double DD Crow. Comes in handy against Dark Worlds and Inzectors. 2 Gemini Imps, so I did have it at 3 at one point in time, but 2 is perfect and it comes in handy, especially against Dark Worlds. 2 Light Imprisoning Mirrors, motherfuckers still run Light Swords, and there's one person that still ran Agents. Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, Inzectors, Dark World, Hunter, Sam's, they're fucking Sheehan, that kind of thing. Royal Decree, Burn decks are kind of popular at my locals. Not too many people run Burn, but it's ran. And Imperial Iron Walls for motherfuckers one side and D Fissure, and it also shuts down Rabbit. But yeah, that's it for the deck. Like, comment, sub. Let me know your comments, and maybe if you have some suggestions more for Dragunities, let me know. I do like to hear it.